As a young black female and also a minority, and the fact that I work so hard to get to where I'm at, I think it's so important to never let nobody play in your face. That's number one. I honestly don't even know why I went back to begin with. I feel like if you're working at a place where you're underpaid, you're undervalued, and what you bring to the table is not appreciated, you should definitely look for other options. Hi, welcome. My name is Sydney Monica. Thank you guys for joining in for another episode. If you're new to this channel, we talk about everything nursing, finance, and personal development. On this episode, I'm going to be discussing why I quit my nurse practitioner job for the second time. So originally I got hired, if you guys been following my channel, I got hired at a pain clinic almost over a year ago, and it was a great place to work. I got a lot of experience. The people were phenomenal. The doctor was amazing. The only thing that I did not like about this job is the fact that I don't think I was getting paid what I truly deserved to get paid. And I say that because, I know I was a new nurse practitioner, but number one, because of my degree, I do have a doctorate's degree. Number two, once I finished the training on the job, I was working just as hard as all the other practitioners. The patients loved me, and I felt like I built great rapport with the doctors, and I thought I was doing amazing. So I feel like that is another reason why I felt like I was underpaid, because let's wipe the slate clean. If you're a new practitioner, that makes sense to start off at a minimum rate, but once you finish training and you're operating on the same level as people that's been practitioners for 15-20 years, I think it should be fair to be compensated what you think you should be, or at least there should be a negotiation there once that training period is over. And additionally, I wouldn't say I live in the rural, but the commute to the job was quite a distance for me, and it was an office job where I was working 5 days a week. And as you guys know, if you've been keeping up with my channel, I do not like working 5 days a week. I came from a nursing background, working 312s, and I did that my whole career, from CNA to LPN to RN. So it was a complete shock to take a position where I had to commute long distance, and I had to be driving to work 5 days a week. That was just very overwhelming. So with all that being said, I just feel like with my degree, with the commutes, and with my skill level, and the way the patients were taking to me, they loved me. I feel like all those three factors definitely put me in the bracket where I should have gotten paid what I was seeking. So originally I stayed there for about 8 to 9 months. Like I said, I learned a lot. The staff was amazing. However, due to personal circumstances, it was just very overwhelming, as a new practitioner, learning and being in that role, to take a position like that. So I just had to take a mental break for myself and to reevaluate, is that exactly what I want to do? And once I took time to process that, I realized it was just very overwhelming at that time, moving from a different state, by myself, no family, with 2 little children and my husband, and then starting a new job. It was just very overwhelming. So I realized that was it. So once I took a mental break, and I figured out that was really the issue, and I came to terms with that, I was able to go back to that job, but in one condition. As I said, the distance was quite a lot for me, and also working the 5 days was a lot for me, and also I did not feel like I was paid like I should have. So I decided to go back if all those three things were changed. So I asked for a higher pay like I originally wanted. I asked if I can work, 4 days instead of 5 days a week. And they agreed to that, obviously, because I was a great employee. The patients loved me and I took my job very seriously. I'm extremely professional. So I started working again for a few weeks. And you guys, this is where I'm saying, like, you can never put all your eggs in one basket. When it comes to being a nurse practitioner, it's not like a regular job. You kind of have to sign contracts. Everything is like on dotted paper. So, the contract that I agreed to, I would work 4 days a week, which would be considered full-time. And I would see the same amount of patients that I would see in a 5-day period, because I'm a very hard worker. I don't mind working like an extra hour, coming in early, skipping a lunch break, just so I can like get those patients done, because I was very serious about not wanting to work 5 days, but still like having a full-time salary. So when it came time for me to get compensated, I noticed that my pay was not what was discussed on the contract. It did not reflect. So of course, like, I did address that issue. And the way I was approached is that, that is not what we discussed. This can't be done for patient safety. Like, seeing all these extra patients in a 4-day period is not gonna work. Which, I get it. I'm not the owner of the company and I don't make those decisions. But what I don't get is, when it came time to signing the contract, why say that that's what's gonna happen? Why agree to that? Why make the person think, okay, they're gonna be working 4 days, they're gonna be working full time, they're gonna be compensated based on the number that's on the paper. And then as they're working, they start commuting to work, they get settled in, change the whole scenario. So I just felt like, if you're a professional, don't ever let nobody lie in your face, play in your face, disrespect you. So, of course we all need a job, need to work, to have a living, to pay your bills, to enjoy yourself, to do whatever you want when you get paid. I am so blessed to be in a position where, during COVID, nurses were making an astronomical amount of money. And I was blessed to be in a position where I was able to work a few months and make some money, where I was able to pay off all my debt completely, from car to student loans to credit card. Any bad debt that I have, I was able to pay that off by the time I was 24 years old. So any income I ever made after that was money that I was investing, money that I was saving. And I never went and splurged on expensive things, buying expensive cars and a fancy house. I decided to invest my money in things that was gonna make me money in the future, so that I can live off of that. And that was the best decision I ever made in my entire life. If I can go back in time, I would do it again. And I encourage you guys, if you're ever in a position where you can make a lot of money, you can, leave your job and make double or triple that income in a short amount of time, I would encourage you to do that, because these opportunities only come around once in a lifetime, and sometimes they may never come. So definitely take advantage of these opportunities. So, back to the topic, I was very fortunate to pay off all my debt, so which put me in a great financial situation where when I work, I invested that money. So fast forward 4 or 5 years later, those investments have done very well for me, where I don't need to work. I don't need a job. It's more so I want a job, to keep up my knowledge, to use my degree, to leverage that job to do more investments. But because I've done great investments, I can live off of those okay right now. And of course, I have a beautiful, amazing husband, and he is amazing. So I don't really have to rely on a job to pay my bills or to live. So I'm very happy about that. So in that situation, I just told the guy, like, it was a misunderstanding. It's not my company. I don't make the rules. I just thought we had a mutual understanding. I thought that's what I signed on. I guess we misunderstood each other. So I'm just gonna go ahead and part ways. It's no hard feeling. It was a great place to work. I learned so much. The people there are amazing people, and they have great practitioners working there. The doctor is amazing. It just was not the right place for me. And I was reading a book or some type of podcast I was watching that mentioned, like, if you're somewhere where you feel like you're undervalued or underpaid, you don't have to stay there, or you don't have to hate it there, or hate the manager or the people there because they don't see your value. Because you can go somewhere else where these people see the value in you so much that they put you in a higher position, they compensate you more. So that's what I realized. It's not about you, it's about the place. So when you move around, you find the right place for you. It can be a great situation, but everything is a learning lesson. This was my very first nurse practitioner job, so I definitely did not expect it to be my last. But it was an amazing start, and I learned a lot moving forward in what I'm gonna do next time. And right at this very moment, for this year 2024, I don't plan on looking for another nurse practitioner job. I plan on focusing on my investments, building them so that they can obviously make me more money. Of course, like taking the YouTube more seriously. And that's why it's also amazing, because I have 3 nursing licenses. I have an LPN license, an RN license, and a nurse practitioner license. So I don't ever have to feel stuck anywhere. If I don't want to work as a nurse practitioner, I can work as an RN. I can go do travel nursing. If I don't want to do that, I can be an LPN. It doesn't matter. The options are limited for me. So I'm very blessed to be in that position where, I was able to earn all these degrees that I can utilize and make great money, and always find a job at a snap of a finger. So losing a job to me is not detrimental. It doesn't change my life or how I'm moving. And my best advice, if anyone's in that position where they're not happy at a job for whatever reason, just think about it. Just evaluate why you started in the first place. Try to set yourself up where you can take a couple weeks, a month or 2 to yourself to think about, what is it that I really want to do while you're looking for another job or whatever venture that you're trying to do in life. But thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys have any questions, you're interested in going to nursing school, becoming a nurse practitioner, I do provide one-to-one coaching sessions, and I will link my email in the bio. Just shoot me an email and we can connect. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.